you're looking at the Flint River flowing through downtown Flint, Michigan. Now, Flint has been in the headlines here recently, as most of you probably know, because of the water crisis they've been facing. As somewhat of a positive update here, we have the House last week that voted unanimously to push through $30 million. We now have the Senate unanimously approving it. And all that has to happen now is Governor Rick Snyder signing the bill that will put this $30 million into motion that will help 100,000 residents here pay for their water bills all the way back to April of 2014 up until April of this year, or until this is completely cleaned up. Now, what they did here is they cut away from Detroit's water system and decided to go with the Flint River water system. This water was a lot more corrosive. And what it did is it leached off all the metals in all the piping and just continued to do this forever until it got to a point to where people were like, something needs to be done. Now, all the cover-ups involved here, I believe a lot of that will come out in the wash as time goes by, because there was officials here that were aware of things that continue to let people consume this water and weren't doing anything about it until really the people were coming out in droves, and you were seeing images on social media and people filling up buckets of water that looked like urine because they were so contaminated. And then you start to see the stories come out across the country. Like I just recently showed here in Texas where the water was coming out black. There's people in Louisiana that say the same thing. Other parts of the country that say our water's always been terrible. Well, I want you to use this as an example of the power of the people. When you and your people come together and you voice your opinions loud enough, you're going to force people to have to pay attention to what's going on in your neck of the woods, especially when your numbers begin to grow. Just one or two people are complaining about it, chances are people are going to try to blow you off because it's a massive headache. And that looks like what happened here in Flint. They tried to keep pushing it off. They didn't want to face this huge animal, and they finally had to grab it by the horns here and take responsibility for putting people's lives in danger. Will 30 million do it? We're just going to have to sit back, wait and see, but it's a start, and it's going in the right direction here. Hopefully they get this fixed quickly, but like I said, folks out there that have issues, you've got to take this up with your governors, your senators, and stay on it if you want to get something done. I'll leave a link. It's been Dabu7.